Good afternoon, and welcome to Thriving Tuesday Moments of Encouragement, TTMOE, at 3:30 today instead of at 3. Happy that each of you is here. Please let me know you are here. Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon to Sunshine and Lady Clarice and Deljon and Miss Beverly. It's good to have each of you here. All right. I understand, Sunshine. Please do that. It's a necessary thing. All right. Well, today we are going to talk about what it means to expect victory. Okay. So where did it come from? Where did that come from? Today that came from, hey, Miss Lucy. Hey, my joy. I was watching these games on Sunday, these pre-Super Bowl games. Hey, cousin. And watching teams that would normally not be at the dance, normally not be in that last four. They are not the teams' names you would hear being there all the time, especially my hometown. We've not had a lot of victory, a lot of championship from the Detroit Lions. And so I watched how they started the game. And then I watched what happened midway. And while there's some entertainment involved, and, we can talk conspiracy theories a whole nother day. Hey, Miss Mayetta, one of the things that I thought was really important was that because they weren't used to being at the dance, they didn't really know how to expect victory. They wanted it. They wanted to be there. They played all year like they wanted to be there. But when it came to the time to step up, to get past their own, concepts of what was going on, especially for Detroit, being in San Francisco, being in Santa Barbara, and hearing the crowd, and not necessarily knowing that you were supposed to be there, they got weary and started making very costly mistakes, dropping balls, doing things that is not their MO. And so it made me wonder how much are we doing that in our lives? How much are we dropping balls and not catching and moving forward because we have gotten stuck in that I'm just happy to be here mindset. And we don't think victory. We're not expecting victory. We're not expecting victory over health challenges. We're not expecting victory over financial issues. We're not expecting victory over struggles that are just going on in our families and any of those places. We don't expect victory sometimes with what's going on with ourselves. But we've got to show up every day like it's the game before the Super Bowl and that we expect to win. That we've got to be expectant of victory. Let's look at what 1 John says, and then we'll talk about it a little more. 1 John 5:4 says, "For everyone who has been born of God overcomes the world, and this is the victory that has overcome the world, our faith." This is the victory. Our faith is the victory that has overcome the world. So if we're operating out of a place of faith, then we ought to be expecting victory. If we're operating out of a place of, I hope God does it, I'm not sure that God will, but I know I've seen God do it for somebody else, and I hope I'm on the list, then we're not operating out of a place of expectancy, out of a place of expectant victory. When you know the battle is not yours, but it's the Lord's, and you can put it all in the Lord's hand, then you are expecting victory because you know God will not lose. We've got to live out our lives. Whew. Talking to me and you today again. Knowing that if we're going to receive victory, we got to expect it. If we expect victory and we fall short, that's one thing. But truth be told, you will never receive victory if you don't ever expect victory. If you don't expect victory over health challenges, they won't come. If you're good with maintenance, that's where you'll be. If you're okay with financial fallout, and that you can't make ends meet, if you're good with that, then you'll never do what's necessary to win. That you'll never put yourself in a mindset of I have victory. And when you're only in that hope place, my joy, when you don't see victory, it makes it easy to get derailed because you're not expecting it anyway. So when life comes with its challenges, and it's gonna come, they come to all of us. Instead of looking at it as an obstacle, you'll look at it as a roadblock. Obstacles can be overcome. Roadblocks mean you have to detour. So we got to begin to look at our lives through a lens of expectant victory. After all, we serve the one who is victorious over all things. Jesus said, I've overcome the world. So if Jesus has overcome everything there is, and we are in Christ, we ought to be able to expect victory over this stuff that happens in our lives, this little bitty stuff that we let derail us, that we let throw us off of our track. When we do that, we say to the enemy, God, that it's okay, that the enemy says, gotcha. And we say to God, I don't really trust you enough to expect victory. So my encouragement to us today is to live with expectant victory. You may not see it yet. It may not be coming to fruition as you speak, but you still got to expect it. You got to decide that where I am is not where I'm going to be. That what I've experienced is only the stepping stones for what's going to come. We must expect victory if victory will come. I know that there are so many things going on in so many of our lives. And that if we think about them all at the same time, we will go back to last week. We will let what's overwhelming us overwhelm us. But I want you, as we come to the end of this, the first month of 2024, as we get ready for African American History Month, I want you to know that for those of us who are in the African American diaspora or in the African diaspora, and you are the descendant of someone who was a slave, yeah, I said it, that it really did exist, slave in America, you have the DNA of those who expected victory. They didn't know how it was going to happen, but they kept their eye on freedom. They kept their eye on what could be. They kept their eye on the liberator Jesus, not just the one that the master talked about, but one who was able to deliver Daniel. And so why not every man? So they kept their eyes on victory. So since it's in us, it's in our blood, it's in our DNA, get some expected victory. Get some expectant victory and walk in it, knowing that there is nothing too hard for God, one, but that we've got to change our lens so that we're not looking at maintenance and coping and stagnancy and complacency, but we get our minds back on expectant victory. This is going to be a year, y'all, for real. It's a lot going on, a lot coming our way, a lot of injustice we're still fighting, a lot of stuff that's going on in the world, in the nation, in our neighborhoods, in our churches, in our homes. But if we approach them all with an expectant victory, then we are approaching things in the way that we should, because we serve a God of victory, God who is our banner. And so you keep striving, I'll keep striving, we'll keep pushing, we'll keep pressing, we'll keep victory in our lens and not allow ourselves to fall victim of complacency and stagnation and maintenance. Be expectant. Expect victory. Expect victory. I have to change my mindset. I need to change my mindset. That's good. That's good. We've got to be there so that we expect victory. We look for it. We trust a God who is victory. And we're encouraged encouraged to keep moving. May God bless and keep you. My God, that's good, Miss Lucy. I'm pressing on the upward way. New heights I'm gaining every day. Still praying as I onward bound. Lord, plant my feet. Plant my mind on a higher ground. That's good. Thanks, Miss Lucy. Listen, be blessed. Take care of yourself. Get expectant victory in your view. I don't care what you're going through. I don't care what you're facing. Expect victory and be encouraged. See you soon.